Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got the Arizona Diamondbacks playing the San Diego Padres in Game 2 of a 4-game series. Leading off for Arizona, playing right field is Upton. Batting second, playing short is Centrone. Batting third, playing first is Goldsmith. Batting fourth, playing left field is Gonzalez. Batting fifth, playing second base is Bell. Batting sixth, playing center field is Finley. Batting seventh, playing third base is Reynolds. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Miller. And on the mound, the big unit, Randy Johnson. Batting ninth. For the hometown San Diego Padres, leading off playing left is Richards. Batting second, playing second is Latoya. Batting third, playing center field is Gwynn. Batting fourth, playing third base is Caminetti. Batting fifth, playing shortstop is Tatis. Batting sixth, playing right field is Winfield. Batting seventh, doing the catching is Santiago. Batting eighth, playing first base is Corbett. And on the mound, leading the National League in ERA with a 0 ERA is Randy Johnson, batting ninth. Let's get down here to the field and get this game started. And we got Upton here to lead it off today. And followed by Centrell and then Goldsmith.
Florida.
And we'll have Randy Jones on the mound. Like I say, this is his third start. He's 1-1 with a 0 ERA, folks. How can you lose a game and have a 0 ERA? Let's take a look at this. That is a good question. As David joins us here, let's go to Jones here. And look here at the replay. Switch to his pitching. And I guess you lose the game with 7 innings, 3 hits, and 1 run, folks. Will it take us to the game? No, it won't. We'll have to look that game up. Against the Cardinals, he lost. Alrighty, back to this game. And Upton, like I say, batting 143 with 4 homers and 5 RBIs. He used to pitch, and that's going to be a hit by pitch. Nope, Jones going to be ball 1. He gives him a little shave. Oh, cool. David says he's playing the 70s replay with the Yankees at 10-2 versus Washington at 7-4 using Apba and Digital Diamond as a board game companion. Here's the pitch to Upton. The 1-0 pitch with their ball 1, and that's going to be a fly ball out to Gene in left field, and that'll be out number 1. And Alex Centra comes to the plate. And Alex is batting 143 with no homers and no RBI. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. So the Diamondbacks get a runner aboard here. And it brings up Paul Goldsmith. And Paul, he's batting 306 with 3 homers and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Jones strikes him out. And there's 2 down now for Gonzalez. And Gonzalez batting 206 with 2 homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strikes. He falls behind on Gonzalez. And he makes him pay, folks. That ball is high. Oddball is far. Oddball is out of here. Kiss it goodbye. And Randy Jones gives up his first earned run of the year, folks. Just like that, it's 2-0 Diamondbacks. And Bell comes to the plate now. Batting .214 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Jones can't find his control here in this first inning. Keeps falling behind and walking people. That's his first walk. And now you got a runner down at first and 2 outs. And Steve Finley's up to the plate. And Steve's batting .235 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. Again, he falls behind. Gonzalez on the 2-0 pitch took him deep. What does Steve do? That's going to be a team. That'll be a 10, 15, 23, 31, 34, 7. That'll barely be counting 1. And that'll be a rare play. The runner down at first. A 40 and a 46. That's going to be not a balk. That's going to be a full count. It's 3-2 on Finley. So 3-2 count. Runner on first. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Dave Winfield. That'll end the inning. But the 2-run homer by Gonzalez gives the Diamondbacks 2 runs on the top of the first. Arizona 2. Padres coming to bat with Richards, Latoya, and Gwynn. And Gene is 0 for 4 on the year, folks. And you got Randy Johnson, the big unit, his 3rd appearance. He's 1-0 with a 5.28 ERA. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Randy strikes out his first victim of the day. And Mark Latoya comes up. And Mark, he's looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 2 this year. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts. The big unit mowing them down early here, folks. And now you got Tony Gwynn up, batting .250 with no homers. Can he strike the side out? And that's going to be a base on balls. So far, nobody's made contact. 2 strikeouts and a walk. Brings the tying run to the plate, though, and Ken Caminiti batting .200 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. And that'll end the inning. And the Padres strand 1. We go to the top of the second in a 2-0 Diamondbacks lead. And you got Reynolds, Miller, and Johnson, the bottom third due up here. And Reynolds is batting .286. He's got 2 homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Jones walks the leadoff batter here. Brings up Miller. It's Miller time, and he's batting .077. No homers and no RBIs. He's 1 for 13 on the year, folks. And that's a ground ball down to Tatis. And that's a tailor-made double play. 6-4-3 double play. Now there's 2 outs, and Randy Johnson comes to the plate. And Randy's batting .167, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Jones strikes out his counterpart to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the second. Still 2-0. Tatis, followed by Winfield and Santiago. And Tatis is 0 for 4 on the year, folks. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field for out number 1. And Dave Winfield comes to the plate. Dave Winfield's 0 for 2 on the year. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Upton's got it. 2 fly balls, 2 quick outs here. And Benny Santiago's up, and this is his first plate appearance of the year, folks. And in 1987, he batted 300 with 18 homers, 79 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty of 12. That's probably going to be a base hit in the left field. And yes, it is. That's going to be a base hit in the left field. 2-out single. And Nate Corbett comes up now. And Corbett is batting .250 with a homer and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Alex. He tosses it over to first. San Diego strands another runner. We go to the top of the third. It's still 2-0 Arizona. And we're back to the top of the order here in the top of the third. Upton, Centron, and Goldsmith. And Upton's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be against the lefty of 16. And that's going to be a base hit. Upton gets aboard here with an infield hit. Lead off batter aboard. And can Alex do something here? Alex is 1 for 1. He singled and came around the score back in the first. And here's the pitch to Alex. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Winfield. That'll be out number 2. And that brings up Paul Goldsmith. And Paul, he's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a pass ball 3. That's a pass ball. So the runner gets down the second with 1 out. And here's the 1-0 pitch to Goldsmith. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Gwynn's got it for out number 2. And Luis Gonzalez, we know what he did his last time up. He hit a 2-run homer. Give the Diamondbacks a 2-0 lead. Here's the pitch. And he comes back. Jones does and strikes him out this time. So the Diamondbacks strand 1 in scoring position. To the bottom of the third we go, with the bottom part of the order due up. Jones, and then back up to the top with Gene and Mark. Randy is batting .200 with no homers and no RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Luis and left field. There's 1 down. And we're back to the top of the order. And Gene, he struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Finley in center. 2 fly balls, 2 outs here to start the third. And Latoya, what can he do? He struck out his first time up against the big unit. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Randy's got his number today. Out of the 3 strikeouts, Mark struck out twice. To the top of the fourth we go. We got Bell, Finley, and Reynolds due up here. Jay walked his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And Ken Caminiti, normally a good fielding third baseman, bobbles that one. Doesn't add insult to injury, keeps a hold of it. But Bell's aboard here with an E5. And that brings up Steve. Steve flew out. He's 0 for 1. That's going to be a ground ball down the first. 31 and a 3. And that is barely fielding column 2. And that's going to be a single into right field. Bell will stop at second. Now you got Reynolds up first and second. And nobody out. And the Diamondbacks trying to add to this 2-0 lead. Mark Reynolds, he walked his first time up. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. How far is this one going to go? That ball is driven into right field. And with nobody out, I don't think Finley's going to try to score. We'll check here. That'll be a 36. Gene does not have a very good arm out there, but still only one, nobody out. Don't want to get thrown out at the plate. A 24. Should they chance it? No, they're going to hold him up. So that's going to be an RBI double in the left. They're going to hold Steve up. Now Miller comes up with second and third. They're going to bring the infield in. Miller grounded into a 6-4-3 double play his first time up. And that's a big swing and a miss. He strikes Miller out. And that is the 4th strikeout for Jones. And now can the big unit Randy Johnson help his own calls? He's 0 for 1 today. Struck out his first time up. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. 53 and an 8. With the infield still in. That'll be fielding column 3. And they'll look the runners back, fire over to first. Now there's 2 outs, and we're back to the top of the order. And Upton. Can Upton deliver here? If they get out of this with only 1 run scoring, Jones has got to be pretty happy. Upton's 1 for 2. He has flown out and singled. And they are going to get out of it because that's a swing and a miss. And Jones starting to remind you of Linda Ronstadt, throwing nothing but blue bayous in this inning. But 1 run scores makes it 3-0 Arizona. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, you got the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up. Quinn, Caminiti, and Tatis. Tony, he walked his first time up. And he gets a hold of this one, Tony does. See where this one lands at in San Diego. That's going to be a drive into the gap off the walk. Wins in with a leadoff double. And Ken Caminiti comes to the plate now with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. And Caminiti, 0 for 1, flew out his first time up. And that's going to be a catcher. What is that, 39? And they're going to pick Tony Gwynn off. And they pick Gwynn off. Ain't that crazy, folks? Gwynn gets picked off a second. Now there's 1 down, Caminiti up. And he's 0 for 1 today, like I said. And that's going to be a base on balls, of course. So now you got a runner back on. Now you got a runner on the first, but there's 1 down. And Tatis is up. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. They'll get the runner out at second. And there's 2 down now. And it's up to Dave Winfield to do some damage here. With a runner at first and 2 outs. And Winfield flew out his first time up, 0 for 1. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Johnson strikes him out. The big unit's 4th strikeout. We go to the bottom of the top of the 5th. It's still 3-0 San Diego. Arizona. You got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here for the Diamondbacks. Central, got Goldsmith and Gonzalez. You see the team comparison. Arizona 5 and 5, only batting 189 with a 268 on base percentage, slugging 409 with a 677 OPS. And the Padres are 4 and 6, batting 225, on base percentage of 285, slugging 483 with an OPS of 769. Alex is 1 for 2. He singled and came around to score in this game. And that's going to be against the lefty at 12. And that's going to be another base hit. Alex aboard again with a single in the left field. And here comes the big boys up now. And Paul Goldsmith's up. He's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be 0 for 3 because Jones strikes him out. One down here in the fifth. And here comes the man that's gave him a 2-0 lead back in the first with a 2-run homer. He's 1 for 2. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Tatis. And just what the doctor ordered, 6-4-3 double play. Jones gets out of it. Nobody scores. To the bottom of the fifth we go. We got Santiago, Colbert, and Jones due up. And Benny, he singled. He's 1 for 1. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Upton. There's 1 down. Now Nate Corbett comes up. He's 0 for 1, grounded out. And that's going to be another fly ball. This one out the left. Gonzalez calls for it, makes the catch. Quickly 2 down. And can Randy Jones help his own calls? He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The big unit strikes him out for his 5th strikeout. They go down in order here in the bottom of the 5th. To the top of the 5th we go with the middle part of the order due up. Bell, Finley, and Reynolds. Bell's 0 for 1. He did reach both times. He reached on an error his last time up and came around the score. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ken. Caminiti fires over to Corbett, and there's 1 down. And now Steve Finley comes up, and he singled his last time up, 1 for 2. And that's going to be against the lefty, 21. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Caminiti. Again, they might want to pick on somebody else this inning. Quickly 2 down. And now Mark Reynolds comes to the plate. And he's 1 for 1 with an RBI double his last time up. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. That's a homer by Mark Reynolds and makes this a 4-0 ball game, folks. Now you got the Miller up. And Miller's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. And that's going to be a rare play, a 24 and a 36. That's going to be ball 1 to Miller. And all of a sudden, Randy, after settling down after that second inning, he's falling behind on guys. And Miller's going to make him pay. He squares it up, folks. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Back-to-back jacks. And just like that, it's 5-0. And Randy can't believe what he's seeing here, folks. Here comes the other Randy, the big unit. See if the big unit can get on base here. All this happening with 2 outs. And Johnson is 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. 31 and a 3. That'll barely be fielding column 2. And that's going to be an E3. And the inning's still alive, folks, as the big unit gets aboard here. Jones can't get any help from his friends. You got a runner on, already trailing 5-0. And Upton's up. He's 1 for 3 today. And that'll do it. Jones strikes him out, but not until the back homers makes it a 5-0 ball game. So we go to the bottom of the 6th with the top of the order due up here for the Padres. Gene, Mark, and Tony. Gene Richards 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Paul. Goldsmith takes it himself for out number 1. And Mark comes up. Latoya 0 for 2. He has struck out both times against the big unit. And that's going to be another ground ball down the Goldsmith. 2 ground balls to first, 2 outs here in the 6th. And Tony Gwynn comes up. And Tony's got 1 of the 2 hits. He doubled his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Johnson strikes out 1 of the hardest guys to strike out. That'll end the inning. And the Padres go down in order. To the top of the 7th we go. You got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up. Alex, Goldsmith, and Luis Gonzalez. Creighton's 2 for 3. He singled his last time up, and he's also scored in this game. It's going to be a lazy fly ball out the Winfield. He waits for it, makes the catch, 1 down. And now Paul Goldsmith, he's 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. And that's going to be against the lefty. It's going to be a fly ball out to Gwynn in center field. There's quickly 2 down here in the top of the 7th. And Luis Gonzalez with that 2-run homer. He's 1 for 3. And that's going to be a base on balls. He walks on down to first for Ring My Bell, Jay Bell. And Bell's 0 for 2. He did walk and reach on an air and came around the score. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Tatis at short. Fires over to Corbett and that'll end the inning. We go to the 7th inning stretch in a 5-0 ball game. See Arizona's upcoming schedule. They got 2 more games here in San Diego. Then they go to St. Louis to play the Cardinals. Randy Johnson's got the big boys due up this inning. Caminiti, Tatis, and Winfield. Ken is 0 for 1. He did walk his last time up. And that's going to be a squares this one up. Where's Ken going to put this one at, folks? And that ball is driven down the third base. Nice play by Reynolds to knock it down. But Ken Caminiti's going to make it down to first. Saved probably a double there. Keeping that ball in the infield. Now Tatis comes up. He's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. A big unit with his 7th strikeout of the game. Now you got Big Dave Winfield up. He's 0 for 2. He struck out his last time up against Randy. Not this time, folks. Dave Winfield connects with this one. See what happens here. Is he going to get the Padres on the board? And that's going to be that ball's hit out in the right field over Luis's head. Dave Winfield, man, he's got the speed. He turns on the Jets. That brown-eyed, handsome man's in there with a 1-out triple. And that gets San Diego on the board. It's 5-1. And now you got Santiago up. He's 1 for 2 today. They're going to play back. They'll give up another run. They still got a 4-run lead here and get it out. And that's going to be against a lefty. It'll be in 11. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And that'll score another run. And all of a sudden now here in the bottom of the 7th, San Diego making some noise. It's 5-2. And Corbett comes up. He's 0 for 2 today. Grounded out and flown out. Only 1 out here. Diamondbacks would like to see a ground ball double play here. 37 with a runner down at first. And that's going to be a rare play. A 16 and a 37. That's going to be hit down the short. Alex is down there. 46 and an 8. Probably fielding column 2. Barely fielding column 2. That was back to the pitcher, rather. That's going to be a single, and a runner's going to stop at second. So now you got first and second, the big unit. That's going to get the bullpen up now. They'll go out and talk to Randy. They'll have a pitch hitter here for Jones. With the tying run coming to the plate now with only 1 out. He's going to come off the bench here. Cito Gaston's going to come off the bench to face Randy Johnson. With runners on first and second, one down, and a 5-2 ball game. Cito's batting .289, no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop up behind home plate. Miller takes the mask off near the screen, makes the catch. And now there's 2 down, and we're back to the top of the order in Gene. And Gene Richards is up. What happened? Didn't like him. First and second, 2 down, and Gene's 0 for 3. Grounded out, flown out, and struck out. And that's going to be 14. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. That's going to score the runner from second. And all of a sudden now, folks, it's a 2-run game. Didn't score the runner from second. I screwed up here. Got to score the runner from second. I'd like to see Randy get out of this mess here. So now you got Mark due up, first and second, still in a 5-3 ball game. Mark's 0 for 3. He has struck out twice and grounded out. And that's going to be a base on balls. And this is probably going to be Randy's last batter one way or the other. Tony Gwynn, the lefty's up. He's 1 for 2. He's walked, doubled, and struck out his last time up. And that's going to be with the bases full infield. That'll be a 7, 8, 11, 19, 20, 29. That is going to be it's going to be popped up behind home plate. Miller makes the catch. Johnson gets out of it, but the Padres score 3, make this a 5-3 ball game. See who's going to come out of the bullpen here. The pitch, got a lefty and 2 righties due up. So Lucas is going to come out of the bullpen. He's going to try to keep us a 2-run game here. You got Finley, Reynolds, and Miller due up. Where's Lucas at? Lucas, where are you? There he is. And this is Lucas' 4th appearance. No record with no ERA. Like I say, he's got Finley, Reynolds, and Miller due up. Steve's 1 for 3 in the game. That's going to be a ground ball down the second. That'll be out number 1 here in the 8th. And Mark Reynolds comes up now. And Mark, he's perfect, 2 for 2. He's got a double and a 2-run homer his last time up. Here's the pitch to Mark. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Nate at first. He'll call off Lucas, and that'll be out number 2. And it's now Miller time. Miller's 1 for 3. He hit a homer his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Caminetti. And that'll end the inning, folks. And that's probably going to be it for both Johnson and Miller. So we're going to bring in Miguel. He'll bat in the 9 spot. And he's going to come in here and pitch the eighth. You got the lefty, a switch hitter, and then two righties coming up. And Ziegler's going to come out of the bullpen. So we'll have a whole new battery made here. Johnson makes it through 7, gives up 7 hits on 3 runs with 7 strikeouts. Ziegler come in and he'll bat in the 8th spot. And Miguel Montera is going to come in and bat in the 9 spot and catch. And Ziegler, this is his 3rd appearance. No record with a 3 ERA. He's got the big boys coming up. Caminiti, Tatis, and Winfield in a 2-run game. Ken's 1 for 2. He singled and came around the scores last time up. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short for out number 1. And Tatis comes up. He's 0 for 3. Flown out, grounded out, and struck out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Brad strikes out his first victim. There's 2 down now. And now Dave Winfield comes up. And Winfield's 1 for 3. He had that RBI triple and came around the scores last time up in the 7th. And that ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks, is the question. That should be a minus. Redo Dave's card here real quick. Put a minus in front of that 4. Just took notice of that. Alrighty, now back to the game here. A little behind the scenes here. Let's see where this ball's going to land up at after we get back to the game. A little drama. That ball is high. That ball is far. Or they're waiting for it to come down still. So that will be a -4 and a 22. And that ball is high. That ball is far and kiss it goodbye. Dave Winfield has just made this a 1-run ball game, folks. And now, time comes to the plate. And Benny's 2 for 3. He had an RBI single and came around to score his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. That'll end the inning. We go to the top of the 9th. Diamondbacks hanging on to a 1-0 lead. And you got the bottom part of the order, Montero, who came in on the double switch, but then back to Upton and Alex and Miguel. He's batting .273, no homers and 1 RBI. He came in on the double switch. His first bat of the game, and that's a ground ball down to Ken Caminiti. And that's going to be Ken's 2nd error of the game, folks. That's going to be an E5. And the runner's on here. And the Diamondbacks would love to get an insurance run. And Upton's up. He is 1 for 4. He has struck out his last 2 times up there. He does have a single in the game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He gets the hat trick as Lucas strikes him out for out number 1. Now, can Alex do something with 1 out and a runner down at first? He's 2 for 4 and came around the score in the game. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts. So now it's 2 down, and it's up to Paul Goldsmith to try to add some runs here in the ninth. Paul is 0 for 4. He has struck out twice and flown out the center twice. And that's going to be against a lefty. 16 on an 11. And that is going to be a fly ball. Dave Winfield with a nice dive and catch. Saves a hit. And we're going to the bottom of the ninth in a 5-4 ball game. And you got Corbett, pitch hitter, and then back to Richardson. Let's see. Ziegler's going to stay in the game. Or is Bradley going to come out? Let's see here. This is definitely Archie's time, but I can't remember how many games he's pitched in a row here, Archie. Let's take a look. This would be his 3rd game in a row. Well, I don't think they're going to do that. He only faced 2 batters. He only faced 2 batters his last time out. So he's going to come in. Archie's going to come in here. And he'll bat in the 8th spot. He's going to try to lock this game down. So Bradley's going to come out of the bullpen. This is his 5th appearance. He has 2 saves going for number 3 with no ERA. He's got Nathan due up a pitch hitter and Gene. Let's see if they pitch hit here. I think they're going to. Yep. Bip. I don't know. One Bip. Gonzalez is going to come off the bench here. So Gonzalez is going to come off the bench for Corbett. And then we'll have another pitch hitter for Lucas. So Gonzalez will come off the bench. And Gonzalez on the year's batting .259, no homers, and 5 RBI. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. That ball is high. And against the righty, that'll be a 16. And that ball is out of here. Gonzalez has just tied this ball game up, folks. Bradley comes in and gives up the gopher ball with a pitch hit homer to Gonzalez. And we'll have another pitch hitter here for Lucas. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here for Lucas. And Bip Roberts is going to come off the bench here. Bippity boppity bip. He's going to come off the bench. And Bip Roberts batting .237 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty. A 20 and a 10. And that is going to be a ground ball down to Alex. Nice play down there by Alex. Gets to that ball deep in the hole. He's going to fire over to first, and he's going to get Roberts for out number 1. Now we're back to the top of the order, and Gene Richards. And Gene is 1 for 4 with an RBI single his last time up. And that's going to be against the righty. 23. That's going to be a fly ball out to Finley. And there's 2 down now. And do we want to pitch hit here for Mark? That is the question. And I think we're going to pitch hit here for Mark. Let's see who's going to come up here. Chase is going to come up. Pitch hit here for Mark. So Chase, not Terry. Chase will come in here. Try to end this ball game here. Chase is going to come off the bench. Bip will stay in the game and play second if they can't get the lead here and win this game with a walk-off. So Chase will come in. And Chase is batting 178, but he has 4 homers and 7 RBIs, folks. And that's going to be a base on balls. So this inning's not over. San Diego's trying to make a nice comeback here after being down 5-0. Now you got Tony Gwynn up with a runner down at first and 2 outs. Can Tony be the hero? He's 1 for 3. He has a double in this game. And that's going to be against the righty. A 19 and a 8. And that is going to be a ground ball back to Bradley. He tosses it over to first. And that'll end the inning. But the leadoff homer, the pitch hit leadoff homer by Gonzalez ties this game up, and we're going into extra innings, folks. Now let's see who's going to come out here and pitch for San Diego. They can't get a save, so they're going to go right away to Huffman because they can't get a save out of this. And Bip is going to stay in the game. So Huffman's going to come in and bat in the 2-hole. And Bip will stay in the game. And so will Gonzalez. Gonzalez will stay in and play first. Bip will stay in and play second. And Huffman's going to come in since they can't get the save. So Bip will be playing second. Gonzalez will be staying in playing first. And Trevor will come in and bat in the 2 spot. And he's going to be facing the 4, 5, 6 hitters here in the top of the 10th. Gonzalez, Bell, and Finley. This is Trevor's 3rd game. He's got 2 saves with no ERA. Luis is 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer in this game, folks. And that's going to be a base on balls. And that puts the go-ahead run down at first. And Jay Bell's up. And Bell is 0 for 3. Do we pitch hit here for Bell? That is the question. Do we pitch it for Bell? I think we are. He's 0 for 3 today. So we're going to pitch it for Bell. Marquis is going to come in. He'll stay in the game and play second. And that'll be it for Bell. Runner on the first. Bell's coming out. And Martell, he is batting .250 on the year with 1 homer and 2 RBIs. And here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be against the righty, 24. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. And the runner will get down the 2nd. Only plays over to first. So now the go-ahead run is in scoring position for Steve Finley here. So you got a runner down at second. And Steve Finley's at the plate. And Steve's 1 for 4. He has a single in this game. Can he drive in a run here? Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Trevor strikes him out. Now they're down, 2 down. Runner still in scoring position. And Mark Reynolds is having a fine game here. He's 2 for 3 with a double and a 2-run homer. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts. Huffman delivers here in the top of the 10th. We go to the bottom of the 10th. It's still 5-5. And like I say, Martell stay in the game and play second. And he's going to, and let's see here. And that's going to be it for Brad. Archie Bradley is going to come out of the game. Baldee will come in and pitch. Do we want to do a double switch, though? That might be the thing. Do we want to do with Reynolds? I hate to take Reynolds out of the game. Nope, he's just going to pitch 1 inning. He'll pitch 1 inning. That's what we'll do. He's only going to pitch 1 inning. He's due up second, but he'll pitch 1 inning if he can get him through this. He's got the big boys coming up. Cam Nitty, Tatis, and Winfield. Ken's 1 for 3 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Nope, that's a swing and a miss. He strikes out Ken for out number 1. And Tatis comes up, and he's 0 for 4. He has struck out 2 times in this game, back to back here. And that's going to be another swing and a miss, back-to-back strikeouts by Jose. Now Dave Winfield's up, and that gives Tatis the hat trick. Winfield's having a fine game. He's 2 for 4. He has a triple and a homer in this game, folks. And that's going to be against the righty at 20. It's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Gonzalez calls for it, makes the catch. A 1, 2, 3, bottom of the 10th to the top of the 11th we go. You got the bottom part of the order due up here. They're going to let Trevor pitch 1 more inning here. You got he's due to lead off the inning. That's true. Well, too bad anyway. We're going to have a pitch hitter. I thought he was due up second. Pitch hitter coming here. Jose did a hell of a job in that 10th inning. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here as a pitch hitter. And it's going to be Mr. Drew, I believe. Nope, Lamb's going to come off the bench. Jake Lamb's going to come off the bench here. Pitch hit. See if one swing and a bat he can give the Diamondbacks the lead back. And Lamb is batting 190. He does have 1 homer and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Trevor is smoking hot, folks. That's his 3rd strikeout. And now we got Miguel up. And Miguel came in on the double switch. He's 0 for 1, but he did reach on an error his first time up. That's going to be a rare play. An 11 and a 36. That's going to be hit out the left field. And Gene Richards is out there. Not a good fielding outfielder. A 46 and a 1 is probably going to be fielding column 3. And it is. And that's going to be a double in the left field. The batter's going to score unless he's an S. And the he's gonna stop at third. So that's a double. Double in the left. It's going to be an E7, and he's going to get down to third. And we can't pitch run for him because we don't have another catcher, I believe. Let's look. I don't believe there's another catcher on the staff, on the roster. We'll look here. Nope. So he's going to have to stay in the game. So now you got a go ahead run down at third. One out. Obviously, San Diego's got to bring the infield in. And you got Upton up. And Justin's 1 for 5, but he has struck out his last 3 times, folks. Can Justin deliver here and put the Diamondbacks back on top? And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And they're going to have to give it a shot here, I think, no matter what. With 1 out, a fly ball out the right field. And that's going to be a re-roll of dice here. That's going to be a 47. Oh, man, who's up? I think they got to give it a shot. It's not a good shot, folks. That's for sure. I wish they could have made a pitch runner, but then they wouldn't have had a catcher. And that's going to be a 32 or lower. They're going for it. A 32 or lower. That's going to be a sacrifice fly. And Dave Winfield throws him out at the plate. And we're going to the bottom of the 11th, folks. So we go to the bottom of the 11th. They need another pitcher. And Kim's going to come out and pitch. And that'll be in the 8th spot. And he'll be facing the bottom third of the order. Santiago, Gonzalez, and Roberts. Of course, that bottom of the order's really changed. So Santiago's up. He is 2 for 4 with an RBI in the game. This is Kim's 4th appearance. He's 0-1 with a 4.5 ERA. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field. That's going to be a leadoff double. So now the winning run's down at second, and Gonzalez is up. And I think you got to walk him here. You can't pitch to him. So they're going to intentionally walk him. His run means nothing. That brings up Roberts. They'll try to get a double play here. So now you got first and second, and Roberts up. He's 0 for 1 today. He did ground out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Reynolds is down there. 45 and a 3. And that'll be fielding column 3. And they'll get the runner at second. It'll be a 5-4 put out. And again, I think you're going to walk the bases loaded to get a force out at every base. And I'll have a pitch hitter here for Huffman. So bases are full. A pitch hitter for Huffman. They're going to bring the infield in and try to get the old home the first double play. Let's see who's going to come in and pitch hit here. And all they need is contact. They don't need a homer. They're going to go with Tim Flannery. Flannery's going to come off the bench here. And pitch hit for Huffman. Infield's in, base is full in a 5-5 ball game, folks. Tim Flannery's batting .212 with no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short with the infield in a 43 and an 8. That's probably going to be fielding column 2. And it is. With the infield in, that's going to be a double play. That's going to be a 6-2-3 double play, just what the doctor ordered. And Kim gets out of this mess with nobody scoring, folks. 6-2-3 double play. And we're going to the top of the 12th. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch now. And it's going to be Yates. Yates is going to come out and pitch. He's got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here. How about that? Some nice defense by the Diamondbacks. Great game. Yeah, it's turned into a great game. That's right. So where is Yates at? There's Yates. Bring him in. He'll bat in the 2 spot. Like I say, he's got the 2, 3, 4 hitters. This is Yates' 3rd appearance. No record with no ERA. Alex, Paul Goldsmith, and Luis Gonzalez. Alex is 2 for 5. Can he get aboard here? And that's going to be against the righty, 22. That's going to be a ground ball down to Roberts. He fires over to first for out number 1. And here comes Paul Goldsmith. Paul's 0 for 5. He's due to say the least, folks. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a rare play. 25 and a 37. That's going to be hit in the right field. Dave Winfield's out there. And he's going to make a nice play. Nice running catch by Winfield to take a base hit away from Paul. Now there's 2 down. And here comes the man Gonzalez. Can he hit another homer in this game, folks? He's 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer. And he's walked the last 2 times he's been up. Here's the pitch to Gonzalez. And that's going to be a base on balls. They don't want nothing to do with Luis now. And Marte comes up. He came in, pitched, hit, and stayed in the game. He's got the runner down at first. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Winfield. That's going to end the top of the 12th. To the bottom of the 12th we go. 5-5. Here comes the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up. You got Gwynn, Caminetti, and Tatis. He's 1 for 4 with a double in this game. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And Finley, well, the 41 should make the play easily. Yep. Now it's going to be a nice catch out there by Steve Finley on the run in the gap and takes a hit away from Gwynn. Nice defense showing up now, folks. Here's Ken Caminetti. He's 1 for 4 in the game. Came around the score back in the 7th. And that's going to be a pop up down the short. Now there's 2 down here in the 12th. And Tatis comes to the back plate. And he is 0 for 5 today. He has struck out his last 3 times, folks. And not this time. He squares this one up. Where's this going to land at, folks? And that ball is driven into the gap in right field. That's a 2-out double. Winning runs down at second. And Dave Winfield at the plate. Can Winfield, a single probably scores Tatis with his speed. Winfield is 2 for 5 with a triple and a homer, 2 RBIs, and have scored twice. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 23 and an 8. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Marte's up with it. Fires over to first. San Diego strands one. We go to the 13th inning, folks. You got Finley due up, followed by Reynolds and a pitch hitter for Kim. Finley is 1 for 5 in the game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Kim strikes him out. That's Kim's first strikeout of the game. Now you got Mark Reynolds up. Reynolds 2 for 4 with a 2-run homer in this game. Sorry, a solo homer and an RBI double. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short, and Tatis screws the pooch. That's an E6. And now Reynolds is aboard with a go-ahead run. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Kim. And that means Hernandez is going the rest this way, folks. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here. And Mr. Burns, Eric Burns, is coming off the bench. Pitch hit for Kim. Can Burns be the hero here? Eric Burns, where are you? There you are. And Burns is 0 for 2 on the year. Can Eric get the job done? And that ball is popped up. Straight up the chute. That wouldn't even be a homer in a telephone booth, folks. Santiago makes the catch. Now there's 2 down. And it's going to be up to Upton here. No, Montero. Forgot we did the old double switch. Miguel's 1 for 2. He doubled his last time up. Made it to third on an error and got thrown out trying to tag up. Here's the pitch to Montero. And that's going to be another pop-up. San Diego makes the catch. And that ends the inning. And the Diamondbacks strand one to the bottom of the 13th we go. And like I say, the only pitcher they got is Hernandez as far as relief pitchers. So he's going to have to go to distance here. They've used everybody in the bullpen. I didn't want that. He's supposed to be batting in the A spot. So you got Santiago, Gonzalez, and Roberts. The bottom 3 due up here again. 6 batters made it to the plate back in the 12th. Santiago is 3 for 5 with a double and RBI and came around to score. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Hernandez strikes him out for out number 1. And now you got Gonzalez up. He's 1 for 1 with a homer in this game, folks. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts by Hernandez. There's 2 down. Now it's up to Bip Roberts here to keep this 13th inning alive. Try to have this a walk-off for him. Bip is 0 for 2 since coming in the game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and he strikes the side out, folks. To the top of the 13th we go with the top of the order due up here for the Diamondbacks. You got Upton, Alex, and Goldsmith. Justin's 1 for 6. How many innings is this for Yates? He's now tired. Yates is now tired, and he's got the top of the order to deal with. So Upton's 1 for 6 in this game, folks. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Upton out. 1 down. Can Alex get aboard here, folks? Alex is 2 for 6 in the game. And that's going to be against a righty. A 20. That's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Gene makes the catch. And there's 2 down. And now Mr. Paul Goldsmith, one swing and a bat. He could be the hero here. And he is 0 for 6. They would forget all about that. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Yates strikes him out. To the bottom of the 14th, we're going, folks. And the top of the order's due up here for the Padres. Richards, a pitch hitter for Yates and Gwynn. Gene's 1 for 5. Here's the pitch to Gene. And that's going to be a fly ball. No, that's a swing and a miss. Hernandez has struck out all 4 batters he's faced, folks. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Yates. See who's going to come off the bench here. They don't got many people left on the bench. I think they only got Kennedy and Templeton, so it's going to be Gary Templeton coming off the bench. They'll keep Kennedy in case something happens with catching. So Gary Templeton's going to come off the bench. Here's Gary. Gary's batting .357 with no homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. He's going to toss it over to first, and now there's 2 down. And Tony Gwynn comes to the plate, and Tony's 1 for 5 with a double in this game. And that ball is hit hard. Where's Tony going to deposit this one? Can Tony walk it off? And nope, that's going to be off the top of the wall. Gwynn with a double in the right field. And the winning run is down at second for Ken Caminiti. Can do something here, folks. Caminiti is 1 for 5. He has scored a run in this game. And that's going to be against a righty. That'll be a 18. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And that'll end the inning. To the top of the 15th inning, we're going, folks. And we need a new pitcher here for the Padres. And it's going to be Justin Bell. Heath Bell's coming out. He's going to ring the bell here. Ringing of the bell. So Bell's going to come out of the bullpen. And he's going to be hitting in the 2 spot. And he's got Gonzalez, Marte, and Finley due up here. Gonzalez with that homer in this game. He's walked 3 times, drove in 2, and scored once. Here's the pitch to Luis. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Bell strikes him out. These relief pitchers are doing their job, folks. This is Bell's 4th game. He's got a 4.15 ERA, and he's 1-0. Marte's up. He is 0 for 2 since coming in the game. And not anymore. He squares this up. See where he's going to end up at. And that's going to be a 1-out double. So now the go-ahead runs down at second with 1 out, and Steve Finley's up. And Finley's 1 for 6, but he has struck out his last 2 times up. Can Steve Finley deliver here? Here's the pitch to Finley. And that's going to be a 40. That'll be the team. 8, 10, 15, 23. 35, 8, 35, 36, 39. That'll be fielding column 1. Pass ball, runner to third by. Yep, that's a pass ball. We got a pass ball that puts the runner 90 feet away. All Finley's got to do is get a sacrifice fly or ground ball. They're going to have to bring the infield in with that pass ball. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Finley. And that's going to be a big swing and a miss. Bell strikes him out, folks. Now there's 2 down, and it's up to Mark Reynolds. A base hit is what they need. He is 2 for 5. He has a double, a homer, and 2 RBIs. Can he get number 3 here? And that's going to be a pop-up out in the pop-up out in the shallow center field. Tony Gwynn comes in, makes the catch, and that'll do it. They leave Marte down at third. To the bottom of the 15th we go. And you got, now he's going to be tired. Remember that. Tatis is due up. Winfield and Santiago. Tatis is 1 for 2. He doubled his last time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. Hernandez might be getting tired, folks. That's the first walk to go with those 4 strikeouts. Go ahead, run down at first. And I think he's going to try to steal second here. And it'll be a 33. 33. That'll be a 63 or lower. And he's in there with a stolen base. So he gets in the scoring position. Tatis does. Does he dare think about stealing third? That is the question. That would be a... He's going to try to steal third. That'll be a 54 or lower. And they throw him out. How about that? He tries to steal third, and he gets thrown out. Now there's nobody on. 1 out. And Winfield at the plate. 2 for 6 with a triple and a double and a homer. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Finley makes the catch for out number 2 rather. And Benny's up. And Benny's 3 for 6. He's got a double and an RBI in the game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Hernandez strikes him out. To the top of the 16th we go. And like I say, Hernandez is going to have to hit here, because they got nobody else in the bullpen. Not a single soul in the bullpen. So Hernandez is going to hit for himself. Then Miguel and then Upton. Here's the pitch from Bell. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. Roberts makes the catch for out number 1. And now Miguel's up. Miguel is 1 for 3 with a double in this game. And that's going to be against a 20 and a 9. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Tony Gwynn makes the catch, and now there's 2 down. And up to the plate steps Upton, and he's 1 for 7 in the game. And that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to go, folks? Kiss it goodbye. Upton is just homered here off of Bell and giving the Diamondbacks a 1-run lead. It's 6-5. Alex is up now. He is 2 for 7. Can they get an insurance run here, folks? And nope, that's going to be a ground ball down to Tatis. He fires over to first. And that'll do it. But the homer by Upton makes it a 6-5 ball game. But Hernandez has got to be running on fumes, folks. This is going to be his 4th inning. This is his 4th inning, folks. He's got to be running on fumes. And he's got Gonzalez, Roberts, and Richards due up here. And Gonzalez, he's 1 for 2. He's got a homer and and he's been intentionally walked. He's came around to score once. And that's going to be a fly ball. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And that's going to be out number one. One down here. Now Bip Roberts comes to the plate. Bip's 0 for 3. He struck out his last time up. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Like I say, a one-run lead's not looking good. And that's going to be a double in the right field. So Bip's aboard here with a one-out double. Gene Richards with the tying run at second, the go-ahead run at the plate. Gene's 1 for 6, or the winning run at the plate, with an RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. It does set up the double play, though. And they are going to pitch hit here for Bell. So Bell's coming out of the game. And the only pitch hitter they got is Terry Kennedy. So Kennedy's going to come off the bench here and pitch hit. See if he can tie this game or put the Padres back in the lead and win it. Kennedy is batting 189 with a homer and 3 RBIs. A ground ball by Kennedy could be a double play. He definitely has catcher speed. And that's going to be against the righty. So minus, it'll be a 13 on a 9. And that's going to be a single. And with one out, that's going to fill the bases. The bases are loaded. Kennedy comes through here with a single. Bases are full. Oh, Padres. And Tony Gwynn comes to the plate. They're going to have to bring the infield in. Gwynn is 2 for 6 with 2 doubles in this game, folks. And that's going to be again, that'll be a 10. And that's going to be a single in the center field. And that's going to probably be a walk-off. Because with Richard's speed, I don't see them getting him. But we'll give it a shot here. A 62 and a 9. Right? 62 and a 9. And that was, so that would have been minus 5. That'd make him a 10. 10 on a 9. I might have looked at that wrong. Glad I'm re-looking at this. A 42 is an 8. I looked at it right. That's going to be a single in the center field. And a runner on second with 1 out. Be a 56 minus a 33 plus a 19. I think he's going to score with no throw. Yep, that's going to be a walk-off single, folks. I told you they needed more than 1-run lead with Hernandez being tired. And that's it. The Padres win this game 7-6 in the bottom of the 16th. Hernandez runs out of gas. Folks. Let's take a look at this box score. Crazy. Nice game. We almost played 2 games. Almost played 2 full games. This was nuts. And that'll be the walk-off. 16 innings. Padres had 5 errors, and they still won with a walk-off. Ain't that crazy? 5 errors, and they still won the game. You got the Padres 7 runs on 15 hits, and like we said, the 5 errors. The Diamondbacks 6 runs on 11 hits and no errors. Goldsmith 0 for 7. That hurt. That definitely hurt. Bell was 0 for 3. That definitely hurt. They were 1 for 11. Only 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position. They left 11 men on base. The bottom part of the order only did the damage here for the Padres. Tony Gwynn, he was 3 for 7. Look at that. You had Santiago was 3 for 7. They were 4 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Winfield and Gonzalez with homers. They left 11 men on base. The big unit gets a no decision, pitched a nice game, 7 innings, 7 hits. Remember, all 3 of those runs came in the 7th inning. He was pitching a shutout until the 7th. 3 runs, 3 walks, struck out 7. Ziegler, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run, struck out 1, gave up a homer. Bradley comes in, blows the save. 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run, walked 1. Valverde, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. Kim comes in, 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks. And Hernandez, just the last man standing. 0-1 now, 3 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, walked 2, and struck out 5. He just ran out of gas. Just ran out of gas. Yeah, tired after that game is right. Randy Jones gets a no decision, goes 7 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, only 4 of them earned, walked 3, struck out 7, gave up 3 homers. Lucas comes in. Give that bullpen credit, man. Did a great job. Lucas, 2 innings, 2 strikeouts. Huffman, 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Yace comes in, 3 innings, 3 strikeouts. Bell gets the win. He's 2-0. 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, struck out 2, and gave up a homer. And the bullpen's not going to be worth a shit in the next game for either one of these teams. They better hope the damn starting pitchers can go deep in the game. That's for sure. Take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard. The Braves are a game and a half up on New York. The Phillies and Nationals 2.5 games back. Florida 3.5. And in the Central, the Brewers are a game up on the Pirates. The Cardinals, Cubs, a game and a half back. The Reds 2 games back. And the Astros 3.5. And in the West, the Giants are 2.5 games up on LA. Now you got Arizona and San Diego are 3 games back. And the Rockies are 4.5 games back. Sammy Sosa's leading the National League in all 3 categories. A 425 average, 10 homers, 19 RBIs. And now the ERA leader is Mr. Kyle Hendricks for the Cubbies with a .6 ERA. Mike's still the only pitcher with 3 wins, and Kent Colby's got 4 saves on the year. Sammy leading in the MVP race, and Mike's leading in the Cy Young. Like I say, the next game will be the 3rd game of this series, and whoever the starting pitchers are, we'll take a look. They better go deep in the game, because this bullpen is zapped after that game. 16-inning game kills your bullpen, that's for sure. And who do we got? You got Kennedy going up against Jake Peavy. So like I say, I hope these guys are prepared to go, maybe not the distance, but definitely into the 8th or 9th inning, that's for sure. I want to thank David for showing up here. If you're new to the channel, folks, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and hit that like button. It helps out the channel. Till the next time, you all have a great day and take care.